Hello, ladies and gentlemen. Eddie Marcus here again. I just heard on the news that the United States and its allies had retaliated against Syria and President Assad for the damage they did with chemical weapons to their citizens. And I know the first thought of it is that we, the people outside of there, retaliated to show compassion for those helpless people. And that we should be proud that we did something. But for those of you who are thinkers, I wonder what's on your mind. I know right now you're probably saying, what is going on? What does this mean? We know we have always heard about pretexts to engage ourselves in wars and other things. And so many of you are probably thinking about something to that degree. Many of you are thinking that what Assad has done, what other dictators have done, is the same thing that President Trump would do if he was able to muster the kind of power that he's seeking to muster by demeaning all of the basic institutions that have been set up here in America that's preventing him from doing so. But if he was able to get that power, if he was able to break down the CIA, well, not the CIA, but definitely the FBI and those other agencies that's really on him, he would have no problem gassing the commies and anybody else that's against him. And the killing part about it is that those people that support Trump right now would be supporting him even to that degree. And that includes the senators, the people who are sitting by on the side watching what's happening in our country today. Yes, I want you to know that there is no difference between Donald Trump and Assad of Syria. They are the same people. They are made of the same stuff. The only thing is that Assad got more power in his country than Trump has in this country. And another thing, Trump has always said that he would not tell he would not tell everybody about his actions, what his plans are. But just a week ago, perhaps, he was echoing it across the countries, what's going to happen and when it's going to happen, and be looking out for it. Now, people ask, why is he doing this? He said he wouldn't do this, but why is he doing this? I ask you, after he did it, what happened? Russia started moving this stuff out of the way. Some of the things Assad had started moving that stuff out of the way to making sure that they were protecting certain military armaments that were available to these other countries. This is what happened through this telecast. So what was the telecast for? It was to do exactly what happened. That's what it was for. Now, ladies and gentlemen, before you get too all excited and angry at me, I want to say to you, the chemical warfare that they say Assad put on his people, it was nothing compared to the damage and the carnage that we, the American people, did, and its allies, to Iraq on the pretext of weapons of mass destruction. There were no weapons of mass destruction found, and later on, years past, the president, George Bush, was making jokes. Well, there were no weapons over here. And he'd make jokes, well, maybe it's over here. Well, no weapons over here. And everybody was laughing. But many, many, many people, old, young, babies, lost their lives because of something that we wanted to do. And we did. And even today, you got people that support that activity. Now, I'm not just saying these things to you to make you be suspect of your government, to be suspect of its people. But why I am saying these things to you is because these things are not new. They have always been happening. And unless something major changes, these things are going to continue to happen. Now, some have said a new world order. A new world order where all of the countries are governed by a central power, that every country and its problems will be resolved by a central power. That way, no military might is ever needed, except unless the people rise up against the government. Then the military power will be used against the people. Also, they have suggested that having done this, that there are too many people on earth. And I don't know if it's true, but the word is flowing out there that these powers, these secret powers by these people who would be running the new world, is to wipe off billions of people, not just hundreds or thousands, but billions of people from the planet. Now that's kind of scary. But these things can possibly happen. And what does it take for that to happen? It takes for the Assads, it takes for the Putins, it takes for the Trumps, it takes for the Bushes, and take all of these people with these secret agendas to come together and decide that they're going to do these kinds of things, and they will do it. There's no such thing as don't believe it, it can't happen. There's no such thing as don't believe it won't happen. Look at the millions that died in Cambodia. Look at the millions that died in Germany. Look at the hundreds of thousands that have died in all kinds of war-ridden places. It's men killing men. So don't say for one little minute that it won't happen. The only thing that can stop it, if the people took the power back that they have given to these leaders, these usurpers. I almost wanted to call them snakes, but that's too good of a word. And took their power back in the United States, in Russia, in China, in India, everywhere, Africa, everywhere across the globe. If the people took back their power and made a decision amongst one another that they were going to protect themselves from any of these kinds of things ever happening again, by doing unto others as they would have others to do unto them, protecting them from any kind of virus, any kind of vice that would come in and try to destroy them. And also guarantee it by making sure that those things that are essential for survival, like food and clothing and shelter and education and health care, would be denied none. And everybody would have a role to play. Many parents could now stop working and start raising their children. People that have never been working before can be educated to be the best that they can be in the gifts that they themselves have, and engage in that process and create all of the extras, not just food, clothing, shelter, education, health care, but everything else that they have determined are essential for a wonderful life. If the people do this, and it will take the people, there's no leader that's going to come up and do this for you. Never believe that there's a leader that's going to do this for you. And if there was to be a leader, it would be a leader that you can't see, a spiritual leader that has found homes in every individual that would help them, assist them in this achievement. This is why I mentioned this to you, because I am an advocate of the Almighty God running the world again. The Almighty God, which you can't see, but you can just conjure up based upon those things that exist, that we ourselves, for instance, the earth, the air, our bodies, these things we had nothing to do with, but they exist. And I say that there is a motive that these things happen this way. And if we can embrace it, we the people, embrace it, and make this commitment one to the other, that's the only way we can make sure that Assad don't get away with this, that Putin don't get away with this, that Trump don't get away with the things that he's trying to do, that the men in China and the men in Philippines and all these other places won't be able to do these kinds of things. But as long as we allow them to have the power, they're going to do everything they want to do, and they're going to come back and tell us what they think they need to tell us to keep us blind. I just thought I'd share that with you. I'm working for the master. I'm not working for these people out here just lying. What about you? I'm trying to get you to work for the master. Yes, I am trying to get you to work for the master. Thank you so very much for giving me this your time. Bye-bye.